How about we talk about the fact that we're
How about we just start talking?
okay?
Because the thing is like we haven't done that in a long time, and usually we always argue after that. So maybe we'll just
We'll
test
just
and see if
we're
we've grown.
we're grown.
We've grown since then to have like no topic.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin,
And I'm Belief Mel.
and we're here with episode 149 of
How married are you? Good job, babe. My name Belief. This is Yvette, and we've been married
12 years.
Live in California. We got
4 kids.
Relationships scary. It's very necessary. We share our love of struggles. We ask
How married are you?
Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're in the
Wedding
wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions. We got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
It's chocolate baby story time.
Boom, 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 boom.
last night, Anaya came home with her hair done. And I addressed you. I think we were talking about something. Oh, I had to save you from Mormon people. No offense to any Mormons out there.
Yeah.
But Yvette was definitely in a conversation with full-fledged Mormon people at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it was a little bit, I was kind of a little bothered. I was like, you see, I'm getting my daughter out of the car.
You see I'm a woman
I just
alone
got
at night?
home. It's late at night. Like, why would you stop and talk to me right now?
It's
This is
terrifying.
not a convenient time.
Yeah, anyway.
And then it was like they were trying to, never mind.
Yeah, so Yvette came in, and I saved her from the Mormon people because she was going to be talking to them all night. And then we'll get to that other part later. But Anaya, I said, I looked at her and I go, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
And it was nighttime, but it was like the sun beamed from the inside of our home.
Her reaction was like a superpower. It was like
Her whole face just lit
Yeah.
up. She had the smile wrinkles.
yes,
It was
every
just-
dimple that was possible was like, and she just was so excited. And I loved it. It was such a great moment.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Is it bad if I do a chocolate baby story time about Naya?
No.
Well, Anaya, the other day I had gotten my eyebrows done, and me and Anaya were just kind of sitting and hanging out, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Did you do your eyebrows?" And I was like, OMG, I love that she noticed. Like, she doesn't really know what it means to get your eyebrows done, but she noticed that my eyebrows looked extra special. And just to have that quality in my daughter, she just notices things. Like, even the other day, we told you guys last week when I was getting ready for, or on Tuesday, we told y'all when I was getting ready for the John Legend night. The legend, we should have called that episode The Legendary Night.
ADHD.
Anywho, when I was getting ready, she was the only one that had like the reaction. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like the Lord knew I was going to need that type of energy in my home, which is why he gave me the one daughter. Just the one. The one daughter.
Yeah. That's
But yeah.
awesome. Yeah, she notices all the things. She's just good people, man.
Yeah.
And even when it's hard to get her when she's off. But when you catch her, she's usually really off too when you catch
Yeah.
her. But yeah, man, it's a
Yeah.
big shout out to Anaya. So today, we really don't have a topic.
Yeah, yeah.
We had I didn't even know when we were gonna do this. We were not even supposed to be here.
Yeah, so we weren't planning on recording today, but we needed an episode for y'all today. And the reason we weren't planning on recording was because we were headed down or up to LA for a shoot. But we come to find out right before leaving that we didn't meet certain qualifications to attend the shoot.
Yeah, so it wasn't that we were underqualified. It's that we didn't have all the paperwork necessary to take care of the thing. But it wasn't that we didn't figure it out.
It was Glenn.
I didn't do it.
Okay,
I don't read my emails.
I'm so married, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus.
I appreciate that, but I'm gonna throw myself under the bus so
Good
people
job.
know it's not we, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an email and they were like, "Yo, you need all these things," and I saw that they sent it on the 8th, and on the last night I was like, hey, it said we need this right here.
He said
we ain't got this right here.
Glenn said,
you think they're gonna trip off with this right here?
No, that's not what you said. You said, do you think they really mean that?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna need you to figure it out before we head all the way up there, because that is a long drive. And then, you know, the kids missed, this is an on-campus day, so the kids missed school. And at this point, the day is a wash.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, we had a photo shoot, and we just like, forget it. Impromptu photo shoot.
Oh, yeah, we
did. Everybody, man, oh my gosh. The fades. So this episode is all ADHD friendly because we don't have any topics. So it's wherever you want to go with it. All right. So
this is my happy place.
Fly. So anyway, last night we were preparing for this day.
Oh my goodness. Since Sunday?
Yeah.
Saturday maybe?
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday.
So I cut Uzi's hair on Monday morning. Mm-hmm. And then Monday night I cut Theo and Uriah's hair. And these fades were crazy. And then, I don't know if you guys caught it on live, but I took out Naya's hair on live and I did Uzi's hair.
I didn't even watch that thing. It was so long.
Yeah, it was good though. But yeah, we were preparing for this thing the whole time, and then everybody looked good. Anaya got her hair done. You know what I'm saying? So we just was like, all right, let's just go make it count.
Yeah, everybody except. Well, I mean, I look good.
You look great, fantastic. You work in every
angle.
Every angle. And can you explain to me why you try on so many different outfits before we have to do anything?
Well, one of the qualifications, so they sent us, is that called a brief?
Yeah.
They sent us a brief and they
styling guide.
A styling guide or whatever. And they said one of the things, because you know how they have like the yes and then they have the no. Maybe you don't know, but sometimes they have the yes and this is what works and this is what doesn't. And one of the things was you need to feel good in what you're wearing. And I always notice if I don't necessarily feel great in what I'm wearing at a photo shoot or someone had a shoot, then I hate the pictures in the end. And I know these pictures weren't necessarily our pictures, but I wanted to like love the pictures. And if they had them up on the internet, which they probably would have, I didn't want to like see those and be like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anywho, so here's the thing. So they told us we have to wear, they preferred for us to wear blue, but for some reason Glenn wanted to go with the green. They had green as a second choice. And basically you're supposed to just wear all of like a color, right? It was basically you're supposed to be like a Crayola. And I didn't really have anything like that in my closet. And when I went to look in the stores, and plus I do not like shopping. That is just, it is a fact. It is.
You still go though.
I still go because sometimes I have to. But I went shopping. I didn't really find anything. I found this one thing that kind of matched a color because Raya was like the central. Raya is the main character. Okay, so he said this is an ADHD episode. You said it's an ADHD friendly episode.
I know, but I forgot what I was meaning when I said that because I'm like, are they able to follow what you're saying?
No, listen. Okay, so yes, we had to wear green. We all went to the store on Saturday, and Glenn found this really cute pullover. It reminded me of like 80s Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibes, right? No?
Early 90s, yeah.
Something like that. Why is it on Do Not Disturb and I'm still getting a notification? You can see that, huh? Anywho, what am I saying?
I'm blocking it.
Oh, so we went to Target together.
It's so hard for you to stay
bad. It's so bad. I need to go to the doctor. I need to see a occupational therapist. But we all went to the store together, and Glenn hated it. First of all, man, I could go all over the place because on Saturday, like our day was crazy.
What did we do?
So Saturday, I went to. Dang, I could talk about that too.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Yvette, focus. Okay, I saw this thing on Instagram real quick. Really quick. really quick, because I saw this thing on Instagram and it was shared by a therapist or a psychologist or something. I don't know what she is, but she was talking about, when she's focusing on a task and other things pop into her brain, she has a notepad that she writes those things on so she can continue with the things she's working on and then come back to those things. And I'm thinking I might need a notepad for this episode. Anywho, I'm going to go back. We all went to Target on Saturday, but remind me to come back to what I did on Saturday morning.
Why did we go to Target? Bracelet sale.
We went. What happened though? What were we doing before we went to Target that we were all together?
We were at the house.
You were at the office. What happened?
Babe, we were at the house kicking it. And then we hadn't decided.
Oh, no. You took the kids to Miss Joy's house. And that's why I had to come to the off. It was a mess.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a terrible day.
It was horrible. But anyways, Glenn did this whole sale for the kids, right? Or he helped the kids with their business and put the sale online. And then all of y'all bought bracelets.
And the bracelets are not available at the current moment in time. We still have to fulfill all the orders before we open it up again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the poor kids have to make however many bracelets. But Raya's also trying to start his own business. And that's where you guys were that morning. So we all ended up at Target because I had to meet you to come get the kids so that you could make your appointment at 1:30.
I missed. Yeah.
At the office. So that's how we all ended up, because I was like, no, bro, I did not plan on going into Target with all 4 of my kids today. So you will be coming with us. Because when you have this many kids and you have to go to a store or something like that with all of them, you have to prepare your heart. My heart was not prepared. I already knew I didn't have the patience necessary to do that, which is why we all ended up there. So anyway, while we were there to get the supplies for Theo and Anaya, I was like, we might as well look for outfits for this shoot. Am I doing a good job tracking?
Yes, baby.
Okay.
You're doing a good job talking.
But you can follow where I'm going. Okay. Anyways, Glenn and Raya found this really cute, what is that called? Just a pullover sweater.
Fresh Prince Bel-Air.
Okay.
90s.
Sweater that had green, but it had a deep green, a bright green, a neon yellowish green type thing.
Yeah.
So we were using that as the one piece to bring in all the greens. But now I've forgotten why we were talking. Oh, because we're all wearing green? What's happening? What's happening?
No, babe, we were just talking about how the rough day, and I said we were working on today for a long time.
Yes, we were working on today for a while.
Yeah, but you got upset with me that day.
Yes, because we go to Target. Did I go to In-N-Out first? Oh, we went to In-N-Out to get the kids food. We brought them back to the office so that they can eat the food, and then we were going to Target. By the time me and the kids were ready to leave for Target, Glenn was out of his meeting, which is why I made him come with us to Target. We get
Made me come.
Yeah. We get to Target, and we find this actual, what do you call it? Like a sewing machine, tool, bracelet making machine. Right? That makes bracelets similar to what the kids are making. So the kids originally were just taking 3 strings and braiding. Anaya or somebody taught Theo how to braid. And so they've been braiding bracelets, and then they, put it around your wrist. Well, this machine had a fancier braid, and it was pretty cool, and it looked like it would make things go faster. Excuse me. And so we get all of that. Glenn's like, yeah, let's get it. Y'all should get it. Yada, yada, yada. You encourage them to get it. Theo looks at the price and he's like, yeah, let's do it type thing. Right? We get it. And then we leave Target, and Glenn has to go back to the office. So we drop Glenn off at the office, and Glenn's at the office.
Working.
Glenn's at the office working, because that's what you do at the office. And so I take all the kids home. And, by this time, it's dinner time. Actually, no, it's not. It's not quite dinner time. But it's time to do stuff. We get home, and of course, the children want to work on these bracelets right away. Right? And so, unfortunately, it's not something that they can independently work on. And given the first part of the day, I just wanted to, come home and literally just sit.
What you mean the first part of the day?
Like, we had a full day. I went to that workout class.
That was good for you.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it was just thing after thing. I was at In-N-Out for I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
And then it was just a bunch of moving parts in the first part of the day.
Okay.
So when I finally got home, I kind of just wanted to chill. Didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to clean my house. I was just planning on sitting, you know? Well, these children were not having that. They just got this tool that they got to make bracelets, and they wanted to do it. Well, I helped Anaya walk through the bracelet making process, and it went fine. It's Theo's turn to do it, and we keep having these hiccups. Because it's one of those things where you have to like crank it up, and then the braid just keeps growing and growing and growing. And for some reason, when it was Theo's turn, it just wasn't working. And Theo doesn't necessarily have the most patience.
Very little
patience.
Not the most. He has very little patience.
Yeah. So it doesn't take much for him to get frustrated. And we were just having that, you know, that back and forth tension. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to keep this a positive experience because it is something where people have already paid for these bracelets. So somebody got to make the bracelets unless we're issuing refunds to these folk. But like, I'm like, no, I want to keep positive, yada, yada. But it's really hard to keep the peace with this child. And I'm realizing that I'm sitting in the midst of a situation that I did not create for myself. It's one thing when you put something on yourself. It's a whole other thing when someone brings it on to you. And so I'm like, where is Glenn? Right? Because first of all, the other thing, there are so many different layers to it. I don't know how we want to go how much we want to talk about this, but it was like one of those things where Glenn kind of did something without like consulting me, and maybe Yvette might have some ideas about how we can do this efficiently, you know, in a way that makes sense, maybe cap how many orders we accept, yada, yada, yada. And so, like, I didn't even know the store was open. I just all of a sudden started getting email notifications that somebody ordered bracelets. And I'm like, what is happening here? And then it just kept coming and coming and coming. Like, oh. And then I don't think the kids understood that happened either. So I'm sitting here and we're making all these bracelets. I'm like, we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. And so it was just a lot. And I got really frustrated.
And you FaceTimed me.
And I FaceTimed you.
And you explained what was happening. And I said, well, don't do it.
Yeah. And so there comes my people pleasing. So I am a people pleaser. I have people pleasing tendencies. And I have noticed as of recent that my people pleasing is showing up in my parenting. I think you've already noticed this years ago.
Yeah.
But
sorry. It is what it is.
It is what it is, but you don't have to be so enthusiastic about it being it is. Help me, please. Nonetheless, what was I saying?
Your people pleasing is showing.
My people pleasing is showing up in my parenting, and when I was like looking at it, because I really I have this like internal battle between like saying no and killing their spirit. You know what I mean?
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, but like I understand and they understand that they're doing this to make money and yada yada yada, and I was just trying to keep him motivated. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want, because if I matched his energy, then he probably would have felt defeat and then would have just given up on it. And you were like, well, just let him. Anaya will take all the money then, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, like I couldn't do it. And so I feel like I have that a lot in my parenting where it's like, I don't know how much of it, I don't know. Maybe I should talk to my therapist about it or somebody who's a parenting expert. But, yeah.
I was going to say, there are times I just know that we're gifted differently. Because if you give me a task, I'm like with the kids, like I'm like, okay, this is my responsibility, it's my job. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Say more.
I'm looking at it from a different perspective, because if you have a goal, then I'm trying to help you accomplish the goal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even if I don't agree with the vision or the purpose or the reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I realized that because the other day, I think you talked about it on the podcast, where I started working on the boys' room, and you ended up having to help me hang the shelves. And I was like, OMG, this is what it feels like. Because I know you weren't planning on doing that.
Not at all.
And I had taken up moments of your time.
Yeah, and you smiled and like was excited that, come on, babe, just one more. We got to get this one now. Do you remember that?
No.
The other one?
Both shelves?
Yeah, both shelves.
Yeah,
you were like,
of course. You can't just have to do the job.
That for me? What I'm saying, but like, that was something I wasn't planning on doing at all.
But the other thing about it is I am with you. I was with you 100%. I was wanting to help you. I was there.
I didn't want you there. I didn't want you there to help me put up the shelves. I don't think I needed your help to hang the shelves. But what I'm saying is, you were about to hang the shelves, and I was like, okay, if I don't hang the shelves, then it's gonna.
Well, I was doing everything you did. You just had to problem solve because the wall was messed up.
No, the wall ain't nothing wrong with the wall.
The wall was very much so an issue.
The wall was not the issue.
Are you kidding me?
I am so serious. The wall is not the issue.
When you put an anchor into the wall, it's supposed to go into the wall.
But if you make a hole that's bigger than the anchor, it's not going to stay.
I didn't do that. It was too small. You ended up having to use a bigger drill bit in order to.
That's because we poked it through. It wasn't good enough. Anyway, all I'm saying.
Neither here nor there.
All I'm saying is that, yes, you will stick by my side the entire time. And manage the situation. Paquito. You know what I'm saying? You will stick by my side the entire time. This is also similar to the balloons.
Why are you rubbing my back? What about the balloons? What balloons?
You know, like when we're on birthday parties and you're like, we got to get this stuff done. You have a vision. I am not on board. I get down and lay down. Because I know if I don't do it, you're going to do it in spite. You're going to be tired anyway. You're going to work yourself down to the nerve, to the bone anyway. The least I could do is help.
Yeah. And I will do that all the time for the kids, which is why after I FaceTimed you and you were like, just don't do it. Da, 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 da. I still kept going. By the time you got home, we were still working.
But I told you to stop it. Then I paid for it. When I got home, I paid for it. You were mad at me because...
Oh, my gosh.
Do you remember?
Yeah, actually.
You were mad.
Well, the truth of the matter is I had hormones.
Yeah. And now we blame it on the menstrual cycle. See, I don't know what I'm trying to just...
No, because I was trying to figure out, why am I extra irritable today? And then I figured it out.
Yeah.
Because it came. Tom came.
Yeah. So my point is that...
Tom is time of the month for anybody wondering who Tom is.
When I got... when my vision was that, okay, the kids keep asking for stuff. Every weekend they want to go to Target, okay? You want to spend your own money, but you're not making any money, but you have the access because of what we do. You can make some money here. So let's really make some money and turn this into a lesson, a long form lesson or whatever, that I was planning on managing the lesson part of everything and teaching the kids how to do entrepreneurial stuff. This is life work for me. This is like long form work that we will be doing for a long time. Them learning this lesson could teach them lessons on lessons on lessons. And it also motivates Raya to want to do something. For me, it's entrepreneurial spirit. And I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So. And
I do too.
You appreciate it too.
Yeah.
But
Which is why I was the one that helped them do the yard work, the yard sale one.
Yeah, you helped them do the yard sale, which I didn't have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, too. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that, I don't know in what I'm trying to convey, but I do feel that I don't know if I should have to explain everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things kind of like, hey, your dad has a lesson. He's obviously got a point for this. Let's do it. Or you should just say, no, I don't want to do that. And when the kids say, we want to do this now, you're not on your time. You're on my time. No,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that is the issue in and of itself is me. I don't know. I think I'm trying to like the motivation that they had in the moment. I didn't want them to lose that. The energy that they had toward it, I wanted to help maintain that because I understood that if I didn't, I don't want to say facilitate, I don't know what the word is, nurture
Cultivate.
that, then they probably would have lost enthusiasm and motivation.
And that for me, that right there, that's a lesson because there's a lot of time I'm not motivated to do what I got to do, but I still got to get it done.
True.
You honored these people ordered. You said you wanted to do it. This is not a surprise. They said they wanted to do it. I told them they could do pre-orders or whatever. We did the pre-orders. I didn't know it was going to go live as soon as it did, but it went live. They have to honor, and I want them to do something that they don't want to do, and I want them to get paid for it. I asked them, you don't have to do this, right? Like, you could just not get the money. No, we want to get the money. I said, well, we can cut the sale at 30 sales, and you don't have to do. You could just. He was like, but if we keep it open, then we get more money. Like, it was a process we had talked about. You know what I'm saying? And so what happened was when you brought it up to me, you were like, I didn't sign up for this, and the kids don't want to do this. It made it seem like you had, like, it was like something I was forcing them to do. And it wasn't.
No, I didn't say the kids didn't want to do it. I was saying, did the kids know that? I asked you, like, did they know about this up front? And you said no.
No, they did know about it up front. They didn't know, because you were asking about, did the kids know about the, when it was going live or, anything like that. But my point is that, like, it's okay for you to disappoint the kids. Like, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying? But, like, we can't be, I feel like either way, there was a lose-lose for me. That was one of them situations where I literally just looked at you and was like, poor thing. Because I was like, I know what my intentions are. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's a lesson here. And I know that regardless if they want to do it or not, it's still something that they have to do. Even just if they learn something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it would be cool to, yes, I agree. I understand. I want them to understand or to have an entrepreneurial mind as well. But yeah, I don't know. I have issues.
No, it's not just, we all got issues, but I'm just saying that we work together. If you have an agenda, then my job becomes helping you accomplish your agenda. I learned that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? There's agendas that you got I am not down for. I don't even agree with the long-term goal. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whatevs. You know what I'm saying? This is something that your mom believes in, so we're going to do it. You know what I mean? And we have this one episode where this has not dropped yet. But the kids were trying to change their room around, Theo and Uriah. And Yvette was like, she was like, well, what if you did it like this? I have good ideas. And I was like, this is not about your ideas. This is about them. So it was like we were playing different roles at that time. Because you became, I don't know what you became, but I was just like, yo. I was trying to say you were tripping, but I just kept like touching you. But I was like, I don't know if she gets it. Because even the boys got to know, man, go ahead and change your room around, even if it is a bad idea. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't so much that it was a bad idea because ultimately their idea was a good idea. It's just the area in which it was like, you could do this, just turn one more corner and then it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be more conducive to your space.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was, I'm going to be honest with you. Their idea was a bad idea, but it was theirs. You know what I'm saying? And
so you do a really good job at honoring the kids in that way. I feel like I could do a better job of, because I realize even in hindsight that like what I'm doing is I'm robbing them of an opportunity to be confident in their decision-making abilities. And it shows up a lot of time, especially with Theophilus when we are doing schoolwork, because he'll do one problem and then need validation from me versus just doing the whole section and then me coming back and being like, you did good on whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we've just gone over this concept. You understand it. Just apply it to all the rest of the problems and then we'll regroup.
Yeah.
But he wants validation after every single one to make sure that he's doing it right. And so I feel like I need to do a better job of honoring their decisions. Like, even if the decisions aren't something that I would do or like whatever, I still need to give them that type of autonomy just so that they can, I don't know. And I feel like I do a decent job of it when they get dressed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in some areas of them, I'm just kind of like, whatever. But in certain areas, I'm kind of like, this is a space in my house.
Yeah, 100%. But I think, and so what I'm also thinking about is like, I'm trying to get them to, I'm trying to honor their decisions, but at the same time, have them understand the value of honoring their own word, right? So when you say you're going to do something, it's not until you uncomfortable. It is what it is. Like, you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so how you do it is up to you. Whether it looks good, it's up to you. Like, you know, when I talk to Theo and I could tell him like, man, you're applying yourself, but you're not applying yourself like you apply yourself to hockey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really trying. And I know you're not trying because you're not motivated. But the thing is, like, because the children watch TV and they enjoy like certain shows and stuff like that. Like, I think they don't understand, and I would say I'm guilty of this too, but like as a child, but I didn't know that living was outside. I thought it was through the lens of the TV. Like, I thought it was through a screen. Like, people were living the most life, not really realizing I can go outside and live. You know what I'm saying? So they could literally watch a show about a kid who has bracelets and they're running into all these little shenanigans and this doesn't work and they get really frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And they can actually experience that part, but they'd rather watch it. They can watch that show, but I want them to live it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's like, for me, that's like, man, all right, so what are the steps? What do you think you should do next time? Maybe you should write it down. Maybe this is right here. It's called an SOP. Like, I'm trying to like, because I'm struggling right now and like learning this type of stuff. And I'm like, nah, this has to be like an order of operations, a way of life, because your body is a business. Your life is a business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that everything is transactional, but if you know what works for your body, then you're not going to put bad things into your body. You're also not going to hire bad people for your business. It's just the same, you know? Just like I won't hire bad people for my business because it's going to interrupt the environment and change the culture. I'm also not going to have conversation with people when I'm inspired, you know what I'm saying? Or when I have a really great idea. I'm not going to tell that to people that don't value free thought. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to chastise you or make you feel bad about the situation. But I was like, man, I don't want to fight. And I don't know why I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
You really didn't understand what was going on.
I didn't understand. But I think the difference is like, so when you have a situation at the house, I know about it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you think I don't be having stuff. But I just don't call you because I'm like, what am I going to do?
You think I call you every time I have a situation at the house?
Not every time. But like
a lot of the time you think I call you?
Well, I'm just saying like, okay, versus how many times I call you like, hey.
Do I call you all the time in the middle of the day?
No. Don't get defensive.
Well, you're making it appear as though I have an issue and then I call you.
Well, I'm just saying, do I call you when I have an issue? Do I?
Who is with the kids the majority of the time?
Okay, but whenever you are gone, do you get a call from me that says, Uzi just pooped on his da-da-da-da? I cry about it. I clean it up and I move on with my life.
I hear about it eventually, but you don't call me in the middle.
Oh no,
of the day.
I wait till you get back. And then no.
I don't know. I just don't like this dialogue.
You don't like this dialogue?
Because I feel like I don't know. It doesn't matter what light you're painting me in. I know who I am. I know how I do. I'm good.
Well, I'm just talking about what happened.
Speak your truth, man. Speak your truth.
Oh, God. Don't do that.
No, I'm really, like, right now in this moment, I am choosing not to be offended by what you're saying. I think I'm doing a really good job. Because I think right now I could take it personal and, like, feel as though it's shaming me But I'm choosing not to do that in real time. I really am. Because this is how you're perceiving it, and that is your truth. And I have to honor that. You know what I'm saying? And then
my perception, but my perception is off.
In my opinion, I feel like, I mean, I guess when you do, if you were to create, the mathematician in me is like, let's just create a proportion of the amount of time that I spend with our kids
versus what I do.
Versus the amount of time that you spend with the kids. And, you know, like, it's just like, I understand how you feel. Like, I'm not even like, I'm not even mad about you feeling some type of way, but I am thinking, okay, that just don't call him or don't, you know. Sometimes it's just me venting, but I don't think I do it often because I really do try not to interrupt your day because I know what it's like to like. But yeah, sorry. I apologize.
I'm sorry for making you feel that way.
Feel what way?
Like you feel.
No, I just said I don't. I'm choosing not to feel that way.
But you do feel that way.
No, because I have now made the choice not to.
Okay, I apologize. I'm apologizing anyway because I feel bad.
I receive your apology. Thank you.
Thank you. Did we grow?
No, I think I've grown. You know what is crazy?
You have grown.
I am really like, it's so interesting because I don't know what comes out externally, and that is the part. Actually, that is the growth. Because like I can hear my thoughts and feel my feelings and process my feelings, and I am seeing the growth internally.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's coming out externally, but internally I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you're doing so good. Like you're doing so good. And I'm proud of me.
That's great.
I'm proud of me. I mean, I definitely have a ways to go, but I am starting to acknowledge the growth. And I was just telling you this the other day. I feel like I'm like on like the cusp of something. Like there's like a boiling over, like you know what I mean. And it's gonna like the heat's gonna get so hot it overflows in the pot. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a good analogy.
The abundance.
But I feel like I am in a really good space, and I don't know. I feel blessed. That's it. That's all.
Good.
Yeah.
How married are you?
We're moving on. We're leaving this episode.
No, I mean, I don't mind just talking about it, but we don't have nothing else to talk about.
No, we're good. I was going to talk about my class the other day.
Oh, okay.
But do you not want me to?
What do I care?
You said, oh, okay. Okay. I'm still married. Let's see. I'm so married that when I came back from my weekend away, before I came home, I drove your car through the car wash and made sure I had a full tank of gas for you when you got back in it. I was going to try to clean out the inside, but it was too much. So I did take some trash that I knew was trash and threw it in a trash can.
Appreciate that.
I tried to return your truck to you better than I received it. And that, oh wait, how married are you?
That's good. That's good.
Babe?
Thank you. What did I do? There's a lot, but I'm trying to figure out which one to say.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, taking out a nice hair for you again.
I was going to say that one for you.
I feel like
Again? Okay.
Whoa.
No, I was just like, again? I remember when you
No,
did
that one was hard.
That first one was really hard.
And you just, I didn't realize I was giving myself a new position.
I didn't tell you to take out her hair yesterday. Was that yesterday? When did you take out her hair? Monday? I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
I did?
Yeah, you said if you want to take out nice hair, by the time I get back, so I can just wash it.
Oh, I said that? I just be talking. I don't even know what I just did right now, how I felt.
Gosh.
What is happening? What's happening in your head? Tell me.
Nothing. I just want you to remember.
Oh, I do remember now.
Okay.
Do you know how many things I do in a day? I'm sure you do a ton too.
See how you do that? It's just not as valuable because I'm not with the kids.
No. I'm
Is
not
that
saying
true?
no, that's not true at all.
Okay.
I see you around here. I see what you're doing. Glenn is pulled in every different direction when he's in this office, and it is
And even when I'm not here.
and even when he's not here. And on top of that, having to read emails.
You are just
No.
funny.
I'm being genuine. Like, with everything you have going on in the office, being pulled in different directions, it's no wonder you didn't get to read emails, and reply. And actually, I was going to tell you, I'm really proud of you for having that automatic reply. I sent you an email yesterday, and I got an automatic reply back, and I was like, oh, I like this.
Brandon's idea.
Very good. I think
Thanks.
that was a very good idea. And then even the Google Doc that they get, when I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are just on it.
We're trying.
Because then somebody can look at that and be like, oh, someone's looking to do a speaking engagement with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, different things. That is very well done. But what I'm trying to say is I understand all that you have going on.
I appreciate that.
I don't understand it in its full capacity, but I do understand it to an extent to know that we both are being pulled in different directions on a continuous basis throughout the day.
I think yesterday was very interesting.
In what way?
Because I was home in the morning. I went to work first thing and then came home, and I got home at, I don't know, 8, something like that. And you left for Theo's appointment, but then like when you got back, it was like we were working together. Do you realize that? And you had a lot. You were trying to do so many things, and I was like, you were like, I'm gonna just wash her hair. I was like, well, I'm gonna make lunch. You were like, yes, lunch. Good job. It was like we had so many different things going on, and a meeting and all that stuff. And I don't know. I feel very sad that like we don't have the nanny yet to support us, because it's like not fair. And then like when that person comes, you gotta train them, and then you know what I mean. It's like a period of time. It's just overwhelming. You know?
Yeah, I've been thinking that I need to do a better job of bringing the kids in. I had a conversation with Theophilus yesterday where I was like, because next year I think I mentioned on here that I'm going full-time homeschooling again. And as opposed to the hybrid model we do currently, where they go to an on-campus situation 2 days a week. Well, going full-time will give me full autonomy over their schedule and the curricula that we use for all the different subjects. And one of the things I want to implement is, what is it that you even want to learn? So I was talking to Theo about this yesterday, and he was like, I really want to learn how to cook. And that has been something that he has continuously asking us. At the beginning of the year, we talked about SMART goals, and one of his goals was, I want to learn how to cook. Before Christmas, he was like, what did he ask for? Like cooking, a cookbook or something? He asked for a cookbook and stuff.
And we got it.
And we got him a cookbook and cooking utensils.
And we've been using the mini spatula.
And I've been using his stuff, but he ain't been using it. And so I'm like, I gotta teach this child how to cook, because he really wants to cook. And I think Anaya wants to clean. Like, she's always wanting to wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I need to spend more time prioritizing those types of learning, or that type of learning, versus the educational type. Deborah was saying to me that all learning is not educational, and I have not been able to let go of that for a very long time, because well, anywho, this has been a beautiful ADHD episode. If you are still here, we want to know in the comment section, how married are you? Okay? How married are you? Because that's just how married we are.
What's up?
Do you know where the keys are?
For what?
I want to get something in the car.
Oh, okay.
We're about to leave right now, actually. Dad and I are finishing up. Do you want to say that's just how married they are?
That's just how married they are.
Thank you, Thea. Thank you for the support and the feature.